What's up, guys? This is Miss Doyle. We are going to be doing a Westward expansion project-based learning activity. So that means it's a group activity. And there are going to be 2 to 3 different tasks that you have to do. So part one is individual work. So the purpose of this activity is we are going to pretend like we were living in the 19th century. So you're going to be traveling back in time with your handy-dandy time machine to the 19th century, and you guys will each have your own role. So, task number one, what we're doing today. Each member of your guild will have 1 or 2 interactive roles that will take you on this quest. Each role has a driving question that you're required to answer in your research oriented goal. Each one of you is working for a brand new newspaper company in the early 19th century, and you will chronicle the major events in the market economy and westward expansion. So that's a lot of information just to say you're going to be making a newspaper. So how you're going to make that newspaper is first you have to have individual roles. So let's scroll down to what you're going to be doing today. So there will be a group leader. Okay, I am either going to assign you as the leader, or I'll let you in the group decide. So this group leader is in charge of assigning roles for each student in the group, and you will make a copy of this document to share to the group for all parts of this assignment. Okay, so the group leader is going to assign roles as well as assign sections in the newspaper. Now that's not till tomorrow. That is task 2. So be sure everyone has answered your driving question, because there will be a quiz over the information you gathered. You will be able to use your newspaper as well as this assignment. So this is going to be a direct link, because you're going to need to know every single person's information. But for that quiz, you will get to use your newspaper as well as use this task 1, which is your research gathering. Okay, so first of all, you type that group leader's name in there just so I know. So let's go over what the group leader does. He's going to click File, and they're going to click Make a Copy. Okay, so you're going to make a copy. You can say, Group 1 Westward Expansion Newspaper Roll. So then you're going to click OK. Now you have your own document that you can edit, and the group leader will submit this, meaning they'll turn it into Google Classroom. Now that you have made your own copy, just like I did, and you can, rename that as long as it's appropriate, just and related to the activity, that is what you do. So now that it's loading, I'm going to, as the group leader, add every other member in my group. So I'm going to click Share. Of course, my internet's pretty slow, so give it a few seconds. Again, this is only the group leader that is going to be doing this part of the assignment. They will share, and then everybody will at the same time be able to operate. That way, if for some odd reason, when we do the newspaper activity and one of your group members didn't bother to show up, every person has access to this document, as well as will be able to work on that newspaper that we're going to do the next class section. So I'm going to add my 4 people. So let's say it's Miss Bronner, Phillips, Miss Chancellor, and let's go ahead and that's my 4. Okay, so I'm going to say here is the assignment for class, because you always want to leave a message. You don't want to just not tell them what they're going to be doing or why you're sending a random thing. So you want to make sure it says editor, not viewer, not commenter, editor, because that means they can edit the document at the same time. Then you're going to click Send. Once you click Send, have everybody check their mail, and then they'll be able to edit the document at the same time. I discarded it because they don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making a video for y'all. So as the group leader, there are 4 different roles. Okay, so role 1's the 49ers, role 2 is a pioneer, role 3 is a Native American, and role 4 is an African American slave. Okay, so what you do is, as the group leader, I'm going to get everybody's feedback. Since I'm making it up, I'm going to say, I'm going to be role number 1. Vales is going to be role number 2. Phillips is going to be number 3, and Chancellor is going to be number 4. Okay, so we are going to be in charge of our own roles. So I will only be doing this part right here. Everybody else has been assigned something else. That way, when I go to grade it, I know that Mr. Vales completed all of his work. So let's break down what you're actually going to do. So you have these links right here that I have provided for you. You can click these links or you can use Google search engine to help you answer this stuff. So you are going to pretend like you are a 49er or that you're a newspaper journalist talking about somebody's journey to California. So your task, okay, in this response section right here, okay, you're going to answer all of this information. So for the 49er, it says, discuss your journey to California in terms of meeting people heading to the same place as you, as well as people who are returning from the gold rush. Also mention how you made it out of California. Did you get rich? Who did you meet? Would you recommend this lifestyle? Be sure to include, now hint, hint, wink, wink, be sure to include this information right here, because remember how I said there was going to be a quiz? It's probably going to be over these descriptions right there in each box, and it is in each person's role. So make sure you include that, as well as answer the driving question. How did this discovery of gold impact the economy and the population of California? And you're going to be able to find these in those links. Now, oh my goodness, Miss Doyle, one of the links isn't working. Please don't blow my email up. Go to Google search engine and find it that way. So you can click on either one of these activities. I personally like this one because it's thehistory.com. So you'll go down there. You can read the information. One of the cool things that I want to show you, and sometimes they even have a video, okay, is you can use control. So look at your laptop right now. It usually says CTRL. You're going to press that and F at the same time. Now, let me turn this video off. The video does go over all the gold rush stuff. Now, notice here is the search engine box. So if I want to look up 49, rather than having to read everything in this document, I see that 49 has been used 10 times. Okay, and I click on the arrows, and it's going to take me to every spot that 49 or 49ers has been. Now, you got to be super specific. So it'll break down everything I need to know. For example, one of the things I wanted you to talk about was gold fever. Okay. Oh, I spelled golf. Gold fever. It's used 3 times. Now, you can click on this tab right here for more information. You can also watch the video. I personally would rather watch the videos. But it'll take me to every place in this document that has talked about gold fever, so you don't have to read as much. Now, use or lose that or read as much as you want. So when you have finished doing that, you're going to come over here, and it says include a minimum of 2 pictures that relate to your role. So I'm going to find 2 pictures that relate to 49ers searching for gold. Then I have to explain how it relates to my topic. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click Insert Image. And if I don't have one that I've already found that's saved to my computer, I can search from the web and it'll pop up this little box right here. So as I'm searching, I'm going to say Gold Rush. Okay. Okay, so it's going to pop up all kinds of different pictures that could relate to the California Gold Rush. Okay, let's say I'm going to include this picture right here. That's going to be big, and then everybody's editing this document at the same time. So yeah, your prompt's going to get moved. So right under this, okay, I'm going to use the information that I have gathered. Okay, and I can say this information relates to the California Gold Rush because people were moving from the east to the west in hopes of getting gold, in hopes of getting rich. But in their free time, for example, the lifestyle they had, the only out that they had at night was because they didn't have anything, was to party and drink and to dance and to have fun. So this is what they would do at the end of the night. You could also talk about maybe this is how they dressed. So you would type that in the explanation right underneath the picture, and then you'd go add another one, and you could do the exact same thing where you da-da-da-da-da. Needs to be at least a sentence long. Now, there are certain things, for example, it says include a map of the trail. Okay, so Mr. Phillips, he's going to try to go around things. It says include a minimum of 2 pictures. Mr. Phillips, just like other students, might only include the map of the Oregon Trail and then another picture. No, it's specifically asking you to include a map in your prompt. So that means over here, you're going to have 3 pictures. So the first picture, okay, you can come over here and type in map of Oregon Trail. Of course, you have to be able to spell it right. Okay, this could be a map. Okay, but because I'm asking you to insert the map here as your prompt, you do not have to explain how that image relates. Okay, for example, when you go down here to the slave escaping the South Carolina to New York. Okay, so it says include a wanted poster. Okay, so you come over here, you click insert, you go to table, or not in, you go to image, and it's going to say fugitive slave wanted poster. You're going to do the same exact thing. So this would count as a poster, but you do not have to explain it because it is in your prompt. I just want you to gather these pictures now because gathering the pictures now will help create the newspaper template later on. Now, last but not least, before I release you to go ahead and get started, okay, there may be a couple of you that have a group of 5. So if you have a group of 5, what you're going to do is you're going to come down here and you're going to click on this box. Okay, you can click anywhere in the box. I'm going to right click. Okay, and I'm going to say insert row below. Okay, just like so. So I'm going to add, let's say, Miss Bronner. I think I mentioned her name. Miss Bronner does not have a role. You are going to let Miss Bronner choose whatever one she wants to do, whatever role, and let's say she chooses role 2. You're just going to copy and paste these 2 boxes, just like so down here. Okay, so she's going to do this information. No, Miss Bronner and Mr. Vales are not allowed to work together, and they must have different information. They cannot copy and paste from each other. That is not allowed, and they must have different pictures. So if that is the case, and you do have a group of 5, that is what you're going to be doing. So as you are filling out these prompts and tasks, make sure that you're doing it like you would be living in it, like you're pretending like you're there, or you're reporting it like a newspaper journalist, because you are going to create a newspaper together tomorrow or whenever the next class session is, and I will show you what that looks like after we have already gathered all the individual research. So at this time, okay, you can break off into your groups. I have if you're in person, we've already told you who your groups are. And if you are virtual, you will be assigned a Google Meet. Okay, and each person will be required to go to that Google Meet, and I'll show you what that looks like when we're in class. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to come back to the Google Meet or ask me over email. If not, at this time, your group leader will assign your roles. Make sure you understand there will be a quiz over the information. And hint, hint, wink, wink, it's this information that everybody will need to know.